So you have petroleum, natural gas, and so on, and the arrows go to where you're finally using it. It's interesting to note, that no one source is purely used by one demand side. All right, one more slide up. All right, this is a picture of oil price. And the reason why I'm using oil price is that for the past 100 years or so, oil has been the 800-pound gorilla in the room. Every part of energy has to compete on price with oil. The interesting thing I'm trying to point out here are these lines that you see. Hopefully my screen is allowing you to do it, but the vertical lines, we'll take the one to the right-hand side of what we had, the Standard Oil Trust. John D. Rockefeller controlled the entire oil market until Teddy Roosevelt came into office, and the trust busters frankly split apart the Standard Oil Trust into the seven sisters, different oil companies, and that's ceased to exist. So the area to the right of that was a new era, commodity behavior. And we finally get over to the far right-hand side. We're questioning whether or not their signals have become a start of a new era. Next slide, moving up. This is sort of an expansion of that. It's using a technique called point and figure charting, but it shows in the blue lines technical resistance to pricing going up or support going down. The most recent period over here on the right has been a price range of about $40 to $70, and sometimes it can go down, but if it goes back up, nothing has changed. Needless to say, the current collapse is down and down big time, but I don't know whether that's a signal that we're going to have a new bandwidth for energy prices, and the fact that oil is losing a lot of its importance. It's no longer 800-pound gorilla. Let's say he's lost weight to a 500-pound gorilla now. Next slide. Which, of course, is what the sheiks and Russia fighting with the US over shale, who controls what. We have a big issue in terms of business models, people not thinking far enough ahead, thinking only in terms of supply, and not recognizing that maybe demand has been going down, and the current crisis of the virus has really killed demand, and therefore we are stuck where we are now. It is a disruptive event, and we just are going to have to see how it plays out. I have a few slides that we'll be doing near the end as we talk about what our next steps are with Ann, that I think will make that point a little bit more, but that completes this part of the presentation. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much. That was an awesome presentation. I definitely learned a lot. But to learn more, we're gonna go into breakout rooms, and the goal of these breakout rooms is essentially to just talk about what we learned from the presentation,